Hello everybody, today is Saturday, November 1st, 2025. This is Jay with Classic Reaction, back with our new project car here. I'm going to apologize for the wind noise here. The wind's kind of whipping a little bit today, but not a whole lot I can do about that. At least it's a halfway decent day. So I picked this car up back on Wednesday of this week. I was advertised up above Niagara Falls, New York, and advertised as 1970 Pontiac Le Mans. Of course, you know, the pictures, it's dressed up as a Judge. This car is not a Judge. It's not even really a real GTO. It's a Le Mans. Basically, you know, back in, you know, the 60s and 70s, you had GM had their A body line. So you had Chevy Malibus, you had Pontiac Le Mans, you had your Buick Skylarks and your Oldsmobile Cutlasses. And of course, each one of those cars had a step up in performance and price. So you know, your GTOs you had the Judge, and you know, you had the Chevelles. You could step up to an SS 396 car, 454 cars. Of course, in the Pontiacs, you stepped up to a GTO, and then you could step up to a Judge. Buicks, you went from a Skylark to a GS, Grand Sports, and you know, up from there. And then your Oldsmobile Cutlasses, you went up to the 442s. And each one of those had a step above that. So, you know, 442s, you go up to a W30. Then the GS Buicks, you can step up to a GSX. By 1970, cars were getting pretty crazy high horsepower. So, but this car was bought by the previous owner before me that I bought it from. He bought it in 2008 out of Texas. He bought all the parts for the front end to turn it into a GTO. And got it painted. Basically did a restoration on it. He spent a lot of money on the car. The person who did the paint job did a pretty bad job on it. But the car is extremely solid underneath. It is beautiful underneath. It's one of the most beautiful solid cars I've ever seen underneath. This one had a vinyl roof on it, which was starting to bubble up here and there with rust. So they basically just took the vinyl roof off and sanded it down and sprayed it. So we're starting to get some bubbling back through again here and there. You see some right there. Spots here and there. They did redo the interior on it. The interior of this car is literally perfect. Headliner's perfect, the seats are perfect, carpet's perfect. This was an air conditioning car. They did not put the air conditioning back in it. So I think what I might end up doing is putting a vintage air unit in this thing. So that way we have a nice modern heat and air conditioning. The cool thing about this car is this right here. It has a 1973 455 in it. He's got exhaust headers on it, which are leaking terribly. Those have to get some lot better gaskets. They just got regular paper gaskets on them, and those never work with headers. I may go back to original manifolds, ram air type manifolds. I don't know. I'll have to decide on that. I would like to keep the headers, but if I do, I'll have to get some of the real thick aluminum, dead soft aluminum gaskets so they can't blow out. But yeah, the thing runs beautiful, runs perfectly. So the only thing I don't like about it is the it doesn't have air conditioning on it, so I might remedy that situation. You can see on the Enduro nose, this wasn't like when I bought it. I just started to peel stuff off it. The paint's falling off of it. You've got to use special primers and stuff on these things. Otherwise, that's what happens. So I'll have to strip that all back down to bare urethane again. Most of the cars are going to get stripped back down to nothing again. So I have to start over, and I don't think the whole thing needs stripped. The hood looks real nice. Most of it looks pretty nice. But yep, this car is going. This is basically carousel red on here, Pontiac's version of orange. This was a 1969 color. This color, you know, they didn't make a Judge in '70 that was carousel red. The color that I want to do this in is Orbit Orange. That is the kind of like the hero color for these cars in 1970, and that's what I'd like to do this one in, Orbit Orange. Go back with the original with the Orbit Orange style stripes, which have like blue in them and pink and red. They're kind of cool looking. But basically that's all this thing needs, is a nice paint job, a little bit of straightening up here and there. This is a pretty nice car. The back bumper, you can see, has some little spots starting on it here and there. That's going to get replaced. I already got a brand new bumper on the way. You can see the goofy instead of just buying the Valance with the cutouts for the GTO dual exhaust there, the quad tips, he went down below. It's all screwy looking, so I've got that coming. Get the exhaust fixed up. It's got a really nice exhaust on its Flowmaster mufflers from front to back, big 3-inch exhaust. Sounds wonderful. I've got new chrome headlight buckets. These are starting to get a little bit of pitting here and there. I've restored a few Judges over the years. I think 3 to be exact. 2 of them were 69s, or yeah, 2 of them were 69s and one was a 70. So this one, the 70 that I did was my own car. That was a white Judge, and that was a real Judge. 1970 Judge 4-speed. So back then, this was back around 2008, you could not buy parts for these things. It was hard to buy any kind of body parts for these, and it's kind of difficult. So nowadays, I remember the trunk lid was rusted out on it, and having to rebuild that. You can buy a trunk lid now for $300 or $400 for one of these cars. Same thing with the bumper. You can buy a brand new bumper for $500. You can get everything for these. So this car will get anything that it needs, which isn't much. It's going to get a full-blown, really nice paint job, show quality paint job. Back to Orbit Orange. And we'll have ourselves a nice little GTO Judge Tribute car. So stay tuned for that. We'll keep you up to date as we move along on this thing. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.